Hey friends, it's Teresa here and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found your way here. And today I wanted to share a hybrid art journal layout with you that I created recently for the Traci Reed Designs creative team. And I'm working with her gorgeous Renewal digital collection. And so what I've done before coming on camera here is I opened up a canvas in Photoshop and brought in some of the beautiful pattern papers, solid background papers, and these beautiful digital paints to create my background page. And I will also do a tutorial for how I created the background papers, so make sure you catch that. I'll have the link down below for you so you can see how I created those background papers. And then I also printed out 3 of the title words, the focus, grow, and renew. I printed those on to a transparency along with some of these little scallop borders. And that's my starting point for the art journal page today. I'm working in a little standard Denic notebook, lined notebook thing that I've sort of prepped beforehand. I took out some of the signatures in it so it wasn't quite as bulky, because I knew that my art journal pages would add a bit of bulk to the book as it was completed. And so I've gone ahead and adhered those background papers in, rounded the corners a bit. And another thing that I like to do with these art journal pages is just add a bit of washi to the center seam or the gutter inside the middle of the layout, and also to the edges, just so that the pages turn a little bit better over time. I debated about this washi tape, and I'll tell you why. The color palette in the Renewal collection is very solidly purple, blues, yellows, a little bit of gray, just a gorgeous color palette. And this washi tape had a bit of green in it, which totally, that I'm aware of, totally green does not show up in the Renewal collection at all. And I went ahead and used it, and I'll tell you what I always say when introducing an unexpected color, and that is it's okay to do that. One is make sure that it still falls in with the same tones and values that you're using in the rest of the layout or in the rest of the collection, and also repeat it somewhere else. And so the other washi tape, the little rainbow washi tape, also has that tiny bit of green in it. So I think that'll be okay. I think Traci might forgive me. I also had some questions about the transparencies that I printed the words on. And so they're just regular office supply store transparencies that you can purchase from Office Depot or Staples. They're not very expensive, but they are obviously a little bit more expensive than photo paper and things like that. But what they do is they run through a regular printer, and they have a little white strip on one end so that it will feed through the printer. And it's also textured on one side, and the textured side is what accepts the ink and what grabs onto the ink. And you still have to handle it with care because it will catch fingerprints and things like that. But for this page, I just printed those out and cut them by hand and kept on going. Pretty simple. And then I also always get questions about when working with transparency elements, how do I hide the adhesives? And the answer is some of the adhesive on this page is hidden with the overlapping elements, the florals that I added to those words. And some of the attachments are in plain sight as I used the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher and just let those staples be a part of the design. And so when you use your Tiny Attacher in that way and you're having the staples be an intentional part of your page design, watch your placement. You don't want to just staple right in the middle of your word. Just staple off to the side, 1 or 2 staples, and then on the other corner somewhere, 1 or 2 staples to make it look on purpose. And yes, I do skip pages in my art journal so that I can use staples and brads and things like that. So I didn't staple through anything on the back side. That's okay. And then eventually, after I finish this whole art journal, I'll go back and adhere all the pages back to back so that everything flows pretty well. And then a couple of other things that I'm adding here and there around the layout. One is the little label and word strip with this little rainbow at the top. And that sort of repeats the rainbow theme again here. And then I'm also going to stamp just a few little things. I've grabbed 2 little stamp sets from Studio Calico. They are from Documenter Kits from last year. And so they're just some of the little word sentiments and things that I thought would fit in with the theme of this layout. And the theme of this layout is sort of geared towards the new year and getting a fresh start, and sort of thinking about a new year with a different perspective, and kind of refreshing myself a little bit after 2022, which was not the easiest year again, and that's okay. So we're gonna go into this year with some fresh hopes and a new mindset. And I've grabbed a couple of different ink cubes just to sort of highlight some of these colors. And my purpose in the stamping is to sort of, I don't want to say fill in the background space, but there are opportunities. Okay. There's opportunities on that purple background just to add some more word sentiments. And I always say your stamped words, your word strips, they count as journaling. It's a little bit of a cheat, but they count as journaling, and they count for the energy that you want to bring into your layout, especially for art journal pages like this. I use them, they're not a substitute for therapy, but they are a way to just sort of get your feelings down on paper and make them look a little bit prettier. make your thoughts and feelings look a little pretty, at least. So there you go. And the thing I love about these hybrid art journal pages like this is it's no mess. Absolutely no mess was made. I didn't have to pull out any paintbrushes. I didn't have to wash any paintbrushes for this layout. It just came together in Photoshop pretty easily, and printed it out, and then added these little embellishments, and then it was done. One last thing I'm going to do here is just write out a little bit of journaling. I'll speed that up a little bit faster so you don't have to be bored to tears while I write out my soul here on the page. But of course, as always, you can see the detail photos of this layout, and you can also pin the photos and inspiration from my blog. I will have that linked below, and that will be available for you. And I hope that you will grab this beautiful Renewal collection from Traci Reed Designs. I will have the product linked below as well, and I think that you will love playing with this collection and using this color palette. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.